talking about us. Okay. Monica and I met a couple of years ago. It was pre 2020, and she had been doing this for a while. She has apparently really taken off on it, so she's going to tell us all about that because I know she has a book coming out and all this stuff. But Monica is a sleep coach, and I don't know if her niche is still high achieving women. I know that it was, but I'll let her delve into it. But anyway, we've met on numerous occasions, and I just thought that she would be a valuable resource for you guys. She's going to teach us some tips and tricks today. I will make sure that all of you have her follow-up information. You can follow her on Instagram. She does this kind of stuff all the time. She does workshops and everything. And with that, I'm going to shut up and let her take the lead because I'm already tired, like I said. So I'm excited to hear about this.
Thank you. Thank you, everybody, for being here. And thank you for inviting me. And this group sounds very amazing. I know we met through a really good group from Christy, right? Cruises Connect. And that was such a good vibe. And I was like, I miss those events. So I'm sure you have that type of vibe here. And so my name is Monica LeBaron, and I'm a sleep coach, and I'm a certified yoga therapist. So what I do is work with sleep, because when you improve your sleep, like the whole thing runs on its own. And I've been teaching a workshop about productivity with West this is my second year. And I brought some of those tools. So that's a 4-week program, 2-hour program. So I kind of make it like very, very small to bring it for you for 45 minutes, maybe 50, and have time for questions. So would love to know who's in the room, and if you're having trouble with sleep and anything else, and if you're able to put your phone on mute and close out your tabs on your computer, you're gonna get the most of it. So I want you to feel like very grounded, very resetted, and feel very productive at the end of this program. I know sometimes it's hard to put things aside, but if you do it, I promise you're gonna get a lot from it, because we're gonna talk.
I was going to double duty during this, so I'm gonna actually set mine to the side so I can pay attention. So I'm guilty of it too. And then I'll just go down the line, and you ladies, if you want to unmute yourselves, Angelita, we'll start with you. If there's any just a quick 30-second, if you have trouble sleeping or anything that you would like to perhaps have addressed today.
I don't feel like I have a better time falling asleep. Where I struggle is getting a restful sleep.
Okay.
And I didn't hear what she said because I was trying to adjust my volume.
Restful sleep.
Yes, I would agree with that. Perfect. Thank you. Tiffany?
My biggest thing is probably just getting up and going in the morning after sleeping. Like I just can't wake up.
Okay. I feel you on that as well. Melissa?
Look, I'm at Amador Hotel, by the way. Mine is waking up also. Huh?
Yes. Okay.
Waking
well,
up.
did you get that contract? Okay, good. Congrats.
No, we're finishing it.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
Yes, getting up and getting going. Jennifer? Okay. Bianca?
So can you hear me okay?
Yes.
So I typically sleep pretty good, Monica, but I do have to get up. Frequently, my son has type 1 diabetes, so his alarm will go off at least 2 or 3 times at night sometimes. And so any tips on that, maybe to kind of be able to go back to sleep once I have.
Oh, that's a good one.
Great one. Thank you, Bianca.
And Felicity or Salma, just to get you caught up, what we're doing is just talking to Monica about maybe some of the problems that we have with sleeping or getting rest or waking up. So do you guys have anything you'd like to share? Okay, they might not be there yet. Oh, there they are.
No, I'm good. Thank you. Just
okay.
I have time falling asleep most of the time.
Okay.
What it is.
That's,
I guess shutting everything down.
That makes sense.
Okay. Well, I guess the tools that I brought for you are going to work really good. And we're gonna, can I share my screen? I don't, yeah.
Give me
So I
just a
made
sec.
a presentation so you guys have this information later on as well.
How do I do that?
Just under that little thing of share, just
I don't see
think everybody.
share because I have the, maybe because I have the recording.
Hit share screen.
There's not the little thing at the bottom that says share screen like usual.
Yes, but you need to give me access.
You have to make her a host, Summer, a co-host.
Where do I go to
No.
do that?
And participants, there's a little arrow.
Got it. And then here's
And
more.
then,
Make host.
yeah.
Okay. Sorry, I was looking for the thing that says like share screen, allow others, but like I told you guys, this is not my forte. Okay. You should be good now.
It doesn't matter. As long as we got it, that's enough. Okay. Let me just shut all my windows and share. And okay, so we are going to see 3 tools. These tools you can apply in for more than one thing, of course. And then if you're can you see my screen?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I'm gonna
okay. So if you're feeling like, oh, I'm tired, I need more hours in my day, I can't focus, if I'm feeling overwhelmed, angry, I can't fall asleep after my son wakes up, I just can't get running in the morning. So this is a perfect class for you. And a little bit about myself, as Summer says, I'm a sleep coach. I specialize in helping women with sleep disorders get a good night rest. And I have been working with ambitious women, but in general I am one of them. But in general, my goal is to be able to help people who are struggling. Like I know moms are coming a lot to me now, and I know there's a lot of business owners, and I've learned so much from my own journey, from not being able to fall asleep, going through depression, anxiety, insomnia, all that. And then I thought I had conquered insomnia 4 years later, and my dad passed away. So I had a nervous breakdown. I couldn't sleep for 4 days. Like my tools worked for 5 minutes, and I had to change in another one until I burned out completely. And I had to use medication, and I'm still using it, but thanks to my tools, I technically stayed alive because it was such a horrible experience that I couldn't have done it without it. And now my recovery has been very steady, and like it's taking longer than I expected because as a high achiever and a perfectionist, I want things fast, and I'm a yoga therapist. But it's been so nice to be able to use the tools and to be able to learn from this experience, right? So now I can go into a deeper level and, oh yeah, medication, because I've never used medication in my life. So I wasn't able to help like in that deeper level to my clients. So, and as Summer said, some of these tools come in my book. It's coming up next month for my 40th birthday. So I'm really excited to share that with you and with the world. And let's talk about productivity. Productivity is very personal, right? We are going to work on sleep, but I want you to think about productivity as how do you want to feel productive? How does that feel for you, right? So it's going to be very different from each one of us, right? Depending on our business, depending on the type of personality that we have, the stage in our lives. And sometimes when you are sick, being productive is just resting, right? And what that means for you. So when you're saying yes to something, you're saying no to something else, right? So that's one of the first things that I've learned from time management. Yes, if it's not exactly having the time of the world, it's having that energy. And if you're not sleeping well, of course, you're not going to have the energy to try to achieve all, right? And I thought this news was very important to bring here, that you are not alone. A lot of people in the US are feeling not rested and not energized in the morning. So we'll try to work with that. And we're going to work with our nervous system, and we're going to work with finishing the stress cycle. So this quote, I love it. Stress is a trash of modern life. We all generate it, but if you don't dispose it properly, it will pile up and overtake your life. So this is like the perfect example of what does it mean to have stress, right? Before, like old age, if you were stressed, you were running after your food, or your food was running after you, and you were running. So that stress, that trigger was able to get out of the body because you were running. But now we get stressed almost 24/7 when the phone rings, when we can't connect Zoom, when our son wakes up, when we're in traffic. You know, the pandemic put us in stress 24/7, right? So we're going to talk about the stress cycle, right? And so what happens is that we have a stressor, and then we have a stress response, and that is going to create changes, neurological, hormonal, and then if we don't process that stress, we're never going to finish and complete that cycle. So we're going to look into it more into detail. So the stressor can be either external or internal factors. Some of the externals is money, work, family time, culture, norms, expectations, social justice, and you name it, right? Internal, self-criticism, body image, worry, guilty, perfectionist, like those are less tangible, right? And it could be perceived or it could be real. The brain does not know the difference. And when that happens, it triggers a stress response. So you either prepare your body for run, for flight, for freeze in order to survive, right? And this stress response, what it's doing is having a cocktail of hormonals and neurological signals to your brain, to your body, like boop, 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 boop. What do I have to do to survive? So your body, the processes in your body are going slower. For example, digestion, tissue repair, your adrenals, like all that stops because you have to survive. And it doesn't know that, oh, it's just a phone call. It doesn't know, your body doesn't know it into that level. So you have to work on processing that stress, right? And sometimes if you tell your body it's going to be okay, or todo está bien, or 没问题，都是好, like your body might not understand English, Spanish, Chinese. You have to speak your body's language, right? So how do you tell your body I'm okay? Well, maybe a hug, maybe screaming, you know, so there are different ways that your body is getting that sign that, oh, I am not in danger, I'm okay. So when you can't fall asleep at night, it could be like your mind going, and thinking about the to-do list and all the things that you have to, or if I'm going to get that contract, if whatever, right? So it's very important to speak your body's language, and you're going to try to send that signal to your body in 5 different layers, which is your physical one, energetic and breath, psycho-emotional, wisdom, and bliss. So some people feel that the only way of getting rid of the stress is the physical layer. Yeah, it's a very effective way to reduce that stress, you know, running, going for a walk, kickboxing, you know, like all that. It was going to be very effective. But yes,
I have a quick question. So I love this. This makes perfect sense. When we talk about stress, like obviously I think of something very like major detrimental, something massive happening, death in the family, problems with your spouse, something like that. But it could also be something little as somebody just pissing you off at work and just recognizing. So I just finished this book about talking about listening to your body. And if you have not spent your life doing that, you're retraining yourself to realize what those moments are. So just maybe taking a couple breaths, resetting your nervous system, and then going, okay, how do I feel? Where is this bothering me? What is this kind of deal? Because if you haven't always done that, that's difficult. You may not even realize that that person's triggering you or stressing you out. Well, you probably do. Let's be honest. but maybe you haven't processed the stress yet thus far, because you're like, that guy just always bothers me. So yeah, would you please just reiterate, taking that moment to say, am I stressed at this moment? Is this what I'm feeling?
So one of the things that is very important is that you start learning how it works, right? Some people just are not aware that we have different layers, right? So, oh yeah, it's usually like, yeah, I go to yoga and I'm doing as the physical part. No, but we also do breathing, right? And if you're, for example, very stressed and you are breathing too fast, well, it won't be easy to just calm yourself in that moment, right? So one of the tools that we can use is actually like screaming or exaggerating that, and then little by little coming and regulating that stress, right? So it's not always like, oh, I have to run to get the stress. It depends on where you are, how your body is, and learning on those levels, right? Oh yeah, physically I'm well, I'm sleeping well, yeah, but I'm having, excuse me, I had an argument with my partner last night and that makes me sad, or I lost somebody, right? So all those things, okay, how do I regulate that emotional level? Or, just learning from your mistakes. It's part of the wisdom ladder. Like, oh yeah, why do I keep doing the same mistakes over and over? So when I'm super stressed about something, I can learn from it, and that is going to give me that relief as well. But you have to learn it. Your body has to get the signal, and then little by little, you're going to start noticing more things. For example, I know that when I'm sad, I'm super cold. But I didn't know that 10 years ago, right? But now I started learning and paying attention to my body. I'm like, wait. It's mid of the summer, 100 degrees, and I sleep with a sweater because I'm cold. What's happening? Okay, I'm sad. About what? Okay, I start working on that, and eventually I know that, okay, I'm sad, put my sweater on, get a tea, take some time off. And that's a way I'm telling my body that it's okay and it's going to finish the stress cycle. We can start with some of the tools that we're going to use today to start listening to your body. So don't feel like you have to figure it out right now, but just putting that little seed in you, it's going to work. Does anybody have another question before we get started with some of the tools?
I did want to mention what Angelita put on here, as she goes, also, we're so used to being around stress that we think it's normal, because we are constantly in a type, in a sense of like fight or flight, just with media and social media and work and kids and social and all those things. So like, we're just constantly in a heightened sense of stressed reality. So I was just mentioning what she said, that stress is normal now. We've normalized.
Yes, that is such a good comment. And I just recently read something about, we go to therapy to learn to enjoy, because we're not used to being able to enjoy things, because we're so used to being in fight or flight and working all the time and doing, that when we slow down, I hear this comment a lot, like, oh, I can't, I get bored. I can't do that. I have to be doing something all the time. So that is just putting a band-aid, and we don't have to like take the band-aid or try to do everything at the same time. It's just like being like having that awareness itself that is going to start giving you like that motivation to keep going. And at the same time, your body's going to notice, like I tell my clients, yeah, after this, you have to start doing it because your body will ask for it. Your body wants to help you, right? If you need coffee every morning and you don't take it, your body will send you a headache. So you take that coffee because he thinks he's helping you, right? Same thing with stress. Oh, I've been stressed for so long that if I don't feel stress, my body will create something just so I feel that tension. So once you start learning how to reduce that stress, how to sorry, I'm meeting people. I became a host and now I have to meet people. So one of the things that we work on in yoga therapy is your breath. And it's just like, oh yeah, just breathe. No, you have to breathe correctly, first of all. And you have to learn what are some patterns that we usually take. And it's very important that you think about your nervous system like the electric part of your car. So imagine that you are that your car is not working well. So electrically, that part, your car keeps, maybe sometimes you have trouble putting the windows down, sometimes getting started, but it keeps working, right? But eventually it's going to wear out and you're going to have way bigger issues, right? Same thing happens with your body. When you're not regulating your nervous system, for example, or you're not sleeping well, it's just going to be the tip of the iceberg. It's an indication that something else is going wrong, right? So with breath, when you regulate it, I love this example. If you put like all your nerves together in a direct line, it can be so long. It can be like imaginary, you're putting all the nerves together, right? So it's so long that it can go around the world 2.5 times. So just by breathing correctly, you're able to bring your body to this calmest stage, and your body on its own is going to regulate that nervous system. So we're going to work with the breathing exercise so we can bring those. Let me stop sharing and then try to see more faces here. So we're going to work with the simple breathing exercise. You're going to, if you're sitting down, you're going to put both feet grounded. If you're standing, you can also do it standing or laying down. And we're going to start by placing our hands in our belly. So take a breath, inhale. When you exhale, try to exhale everything through your mouth. 2 more times. Inhale. One more time. Okay. Now you're going to place your hands in your belly, and I want you to inflate it like a balloon. So inhale, inflate that belly, even if society told you the opposite. And then exhale, let everything go. 2 more times. Inhale, inflate that belly. Exhale. One more time. Let's see if you can inhale and exhale through your nose. Now bring your hands to your ribs. And same thing, we're going to inhale through this area. And exhale, release. Inhale. And release. One more time. Good. Now bring your hands to your chest. Let's take 3 breaths here. Good. So now one breath, we're going to divide it into 3 and we're going to do it like little sips. So you inhale through your belly, inhale through your ribs, inhale through your chest, and then you exhale. Inhale, 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 exhale. 2 more times. Inhale. One more time. Take 3 natural breaths. It's very common to get a little dizzy because your brain might not have enough oxygen. So that was like the previous exercise to get more awareness of where you're breathing from, right? So now we're going to put it together just in a natural breath. So you're going to inhale, starting from your belly, and you're going to bring it up to your chest. So inhale, and then you release. Inhale, and release. One more time. How are you feeling?
I feel relaxed. And I was also surprised, and I know the yoga breath with the, letting everything out, but I was surprised at the different sensations that I felt from in paying attention to where the breath was going. I did get a little dizzy, but ladies, I would encourage all of you to share. You can all unmute if you'd like. I'm not hosting anymore, so I can't see anything, but yeah, I am surprised at how relaxed I feel.
Good. Anybody else would like to share?
I feel like it calmed my nervous system because I'm kind of I was stressed. I'm still, but it kind of calmed my system down.
Good. Well, thank you for sharing. Usually I ask people to tell me beforehand how do they feel, like stress, and then at the end. But so that's something that you can do on your own. And the trick here is that when you let your exhales be longer, you're getting out of fight or flight mode. And when you want your exhales to be faster, you're not necessarily going to fight or flight mode, but you're activating a lot of things, right? So think about when you're running, right? You need that, or when you're in danger, or somebody's coming, or your kid is crying out all the way over there, you're like, I need to run. So if you want to get that energy in the morning, let your exhales be shorter, inhales longer. So, right, that's going to be one way to lift that energy in the morning. And I do recommend like to starting breathing, using the breath to like regulate your nervous system first. And then now that your brain, now that you're getting it and know how it works, now your body's going to say, okay, now she wants energy. Let me bring it back. So if you're laying in the middle of the night and you can't fall asleep, or you wake up and just, even if you want to get like more restful sleep, try this breathing exercise. And that's going to help you like give that boost to your body to regulate that nervous system to calm down. And then it's going to be easier on your body to get that sleep. Any questions?
No, but I have read many articles that talked about like the 7 deep breaths and everything before going to bed. No one has broken it down, or I haven't read anything where it talked about activating different parts with the breath. And then I would have never known that. I mean, I understand what you're saying with the running, but to kind of wake yourself up doing shorter breaths in the morning, those were 2 big takeaways for me.
Thank you. So this is the yogic breath. And then what it's going to do is going to help you use the full capacity of your lungs. So that's like one of the main things that we work with this exercise. Just so you know. Okay, so we're gonna continue. If you have any questions, you can always like unmute yourself or just put them in the chat. And we're going to work with another exercise that's gonna help you also like kind of bring yourself into center so you can be more aware and more focused during the day, and then you're going to be able to get better sleep at night. So I like to use tools that we have. So I usually don't recommend like go get this herb or go get this book. Like, no, I try to use all the tools that we have. So our body has a capacity to heal itself, and our hands are one of those tools that we have. So we can use our hand gestures to either reduce overwhelm, fatigue, stress, worry, imposter syndrome, angry, or we can use them to increase like energy, peace, trust, happiness, safety. So there's a lot of nerve endings that we have in our hands, and it's motory, sensory, and all those nerve endings are going to connect to your heart, to your brain, to your whole body. So we're doing a lot of gestures during the day, right? Like, hurry up, or give me money, or just like in general, like interlacing your hands and put them in your belly. Like sometimes we do that. And those gestures become mudras, become a seal once we use them more consciously, right? Like you've seen a lot of this seals in hands of yogis and all those different things. So each one of our fingers is connected to different sensory and motory nerve endings. So that's going to send sign to things and do things, right? So we're going to work with this mudra. It's called Hakini Mudra. And one of the things that it helps is with the yogic breath. So once we're doing that yogic breath, we can use this to actually like boost that effect, either feel calmer or bring more energy. So really quick, I just like to mention, actually, let's try it together. And we're going to bring our little fingers together, and then the rest of the fingers are going to make like a little, like if you're going to make a fist, right? So little fingers together, you can put them on your sides if you're sitting, spine long, both feet grounded, and then take 3 breaths here. So I'm going to keep it up here just for the video, but you can do it. Put the hands down. Now we're going to switch that finger. So now your ring finger is going to touch. You can release your hands, put them on your sides. And now we're going to change to the middle finger. And index finger. And then your thumbs. Now we're going to put all the fingers together. And just release your hands. Put them down. Relax your shoulders. Notice your feet touching the ground. Breathe. Be present. So breathe from your belly all the way up to your chest. Take one more breath. Good. How is that? Good. Awesome. So each one of your fingers is going to be connected to one of your chakra points with this flow. So if you want to feel more grounded, you use the little finger. It actually have a level of energy, right? That can be very calming, very energizing from 0 to 10. This is a very, very calming one. So it's a level 1. And then your ring finger, it represents your second chakra, and it's a level 3. So a little bit more energizing, right? The middle finger, solar plexus, that's where I say that our inner bitch comes out. It's just like that power, that feeling like secure, grounded, I can do this. Like that's where our area comes up. And this is a little bit more energizing, so level 7. And then we work with the index finger, and that's our heart chakra. It becomes a little bit more energizing. And then the 8 is the throat chakra, our communication skills and all that. And then you put them all together, and it helps to regulate, it helps to unblock all the chakras, all the systems in your body. And this can be like very balancing because it's a level 5, right? So you don't have to remember all this, but I just put it out there. So if you're curious about how it works, that's how you're going to use it. And I just like to bring like one finger at a time and then put them together just because you're activating them. And it becomes easier to kind of remember, like to do mudras that are calming at night. Okay, so we're going to move forward and work. Well, do you guys have any questions? No. Okay. Good. Okay, so we're going to move forward and talk a little bit more about sleep. So our sleep is a huge indicator of our current health and a predictive of our future health, right? Sleep is the single most effective thing that we can do for our, didn't know you can do this in the PDF. Sleep is the single most important and most effective thing that we can do for our body and brain and body health, right? It's not, there's no organ in your body that is not going to be enhanced by sleep. And if you neglect it, it's going to undercut your creativity, problem solving, decision making, learning, memory, and even your lifespan, right? So how can I prioritize sleep if I don't have time? That's the question, right? So I have a tool that works miracles, and it helps to fall asleep when you can't fall asleep. It's going to help you to feel more productive in the morning, feel more rested. And for example, if you have a meeting and you feel like super tired or nervous, you can use it like before to feel more calm. And as well, if you wake up at night and you can't fall asleep, you just turn it on, and that's how you can use it. So this is called Yoga Nidra, and is the yoga for sleep, deep rest, and restoration. So technically, 1 hour, 10 minutes of this mudra equals a 1 hour of rest, right?
Yes. I'm so excited that you're sorry. Did you see my face? Ladies, the book I just finished, Do Less, she talks about this. Yeah, the 20 minutes is equal to 2 hours. It's like a meditative rest sleep. She said it's great for new moms. But I haven't had a chance to research it, so I'm super, super excited you're touching on this. It's like a like a yoga sleep hack.
Yeah, for productivity and for everything. Honestly, like this is a tool that helped me start sleeping again. And this is a funny thing that happened. I was listening to this audio for 2 years, and then I went to yoga teacher training, and it turned out that my teacher was the girl from the audio. And then since then, I started learning more about yoga nidra and my training and all that. And that's where I decided to start doing my own. And now I use my own audio like basically every night and use it as a productivity hack. So there's a link that you can download it. And yeah, this is a little bit more like if you had a bad night, like sometimes when I can't sleep, I just put it on repeat. And then I wake up in the morning, or I never fall asleep. I get up in the morning and I don't feel as tired because I put that on. And it's not, yoga nidra is not supposed to be like to fall asleep, but I'm a yoga a sleep coach. So for me, it's like, oh no, if people fall asleep, that's perfect. Should be more like a meditative state, like Summer was saying. But afterwards, you can work towards that if you want. And someday is not a day of the week. So I want you to be productive right now and put it in your agenda. Like if you like one of these tools, maybe you can put it to practice before bed, but put it on your schedule. And make them part of your day, because if you have the best teacher or you have the best tools, but you don't put them to practice, nothing is going to work, right? So that's it. Do you have any questions? And we have, well, this is, you can also scan that code and get that yoga nidra, or you can get in touch with me any this way. We have a couple of minutes that if you have any questions, if not, we can finish with the short meditation.
I have a couple of questions.
Yes.
So will you talk to us more about your book release coming up?
Oh,
And
yeah.
then also, she already told me that she was going to send me the information. So if you wanted to sign up, because your West class is free, correct?
Yes.
Because West supplements it through grants. So the class that she teaches with West online, yeah, you can sign up for it. It's nothing out of pocket if you just kind of want to give it a shot and see if it's something that works for you. So she'll send me the link for that so that you guys can look and see which dates are most work most for you. Anyway, shut up, Summer. Okay, but yes, will you please talk about the book a little bit more?
Yes. So thank you. I sent you the link already for West. Just double check you don't have it.
Okay.
And then
I think you do.
in my book, it's coming out next month, and I have 54 tools similar to these ones. These are just 3 of the tools that are in my book. And the idea is that you create your own sleep recipe, right? It's nothing set in stone. It's tools that are simple to use, practical. Most of them, you can take them anywhere, anytime. And you can make them your own. So you start sleeping better. And if you have kids or you have a partner, you can include them. So we work with the 5 layers of the being that I was telling you at the beginning. We work with the stress cycle, and we work on reducing anxiety and stress. So simple tools, and it's coming up on September 24th.
And I'm guessing it'll be available on Amazon?
Yes.
Perfect. Once that comes out with the link, will you please send it to me? Because I'll be happy to send it out to everyone.
Yes, of course.
I really enjoy, and Helita says, thank you so much. I really enjoyed this, Monica. Like I said, I've been a fan of yours for a long time. I think that we undervalue sleep as a society. I think we're coming back full circle with it, but with women, reclaiming their feminine power and all of this, and just saying, what we have to rest too. So this is very important. And I think for women, it's more important because I can tell you that at least my husband doesn't have any trouble sleeping. If he sits on the couch too long, he could fall asleep. I think that this is valuable information for women. Rest is super important. Rejuvenation is very important. Learning to calm our minds. So I just really appreciate what you're doing. I think that it's a very noble endeavor as well. Because I can also see where some people go, what do you mean you're a sleep coach? Do you know what I mean? Because, and I'm not undermining you in any way, but because as a society, we don't put as much value on rest as we should, I can see that. But I think that, like I said, we're coming around and women are wanting more and more of this, like, tell me how to take care of myself better. So I appreciate what you're doing.
Thank you so much for those kind words. You remind me of some quotes of Brené Brown. She says that it takes courage to rest and play in a world with busyness is on the status symbol, right? Something like that. And when I read that, and I was like, yeah, it's so easy that we want to be busy, and society told us all this time that we have to do more, right?
Oh, yeah.
But when you are feeling tension, that's part of the things that you should do, want to do, the society is telling you. But when you're feeling relaxed and joy, that's who you really are. So just remember that all the answers are inside of you, and remember that your body has a capacity to heal itself. It just needs the right time and in the right conditions. And by breathing, resting, giving yourself this moment, even if it's a 15-minute nap a day or 5-minute walk, your body's going to thank you.
No, I agree with you. And I will tell you that I have started, I saw Angelita's talk about the naps. I was never a napper, and I've really started to embrace the like a mini nap. I also use the app Calm, if you guys have it, or there's a free version. Also, if you have health insurance, a lot of times there's a promo that you can get it for cheaper, because it has some other mental health things. But there's a little recording, and it's like a 15-minute one where it'll, Spotify has it too. Yeah. So as I'm napping, it puts you to sleep, but then it also brings you back out of it. And that also helped me get rid of my guilt of napping, because I was always scared that I was going to like sleep for too long, or it was going to be my, like, this abrupt alarm that's like, you fell asleep and then it's like, you get jolted back to reality. But I do think that, like, we have to start coming forward and saying we have to change the way that this looks, because there's nothing wrong. Sleep is extremely important. That's when your body rejuvenates. Monica, again, thank you so much for being with us today. You got to talk to both of our groups. We had ladies from Las Cruces and Alamogordo here. Where are you now? Are you still?
I'm in Mexico. I'm in Mexico right now, in Chihuahua, Mexico.
Because I know that's where you're from. And then you were here for a bit. You were in El Paso for a bit. And then, of course, when I talked to you, you were on your way back from, like, Portugal or so. Where were you coming back from?
Iceland.
Yeah, somewhere amazing. But thank you for fitting us in to your schedule. I will let you know as women's comments and everything come in. I can totally see us probably doing a follow-up with this, or people having more questions, or even a longer option. So I will be in touch, but thank you. We appreciate it. Ladies, have a great day. Take a nap this afternoon.
Go take a yoga nidra nap. Bye-bye.
Bye, honey.